Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to our YouTube channel and welcome to this Laravel tutorial series. And this is the sixth part or part six of our tutorial series. And in the previous video, we talked about blade templates. And for today's video, we're going to discuss about how to compile assets in our Laravel project. But first, let us try to pass data as an array of values. So last time we pass parameter as array, but what if we try to pass data or an array of data inside an array? So we'll try to do that here in this video, and let's go ahead, and instead of passing only the title, we'll just pass another array of data here. So services, and then we're going to add regular array here for our services. So number one will be web design. The second one is programming. Third will be SEO. Alright, so since we're passing this services inside the data array, so we should be able to access that in our services.blade.php file. And in order for us to do that, we need to check if if the services array contains something. So we could add a logic here. So if count and then the services is greater than 0, and below here, let's try to add the and if. There you go. And of course, we need to iterate our services array if it is not empty. So add for each, and then the services as service, and we need to add also the end of our for each. And of course, inside this for each, we need to, like, if we need to add the li for our service, something like that, and then we need to get the servers itself, and we need to add the ul for our, or inside this if statement. So ul here, save, and let's try to preview our page. This is the home page of our application, and if you try to go to services, we can see here we have the data coming from our pages controller, and we're passing the data including the web design, programming, and SEO. Now let's talk about compiling or how to compile assets in our Laravel project. So before we proceed, let's download first the Node.js. So if you're Windows user or Mac OS X user, so there's available installer for you, and you can have the 32-bit, 64-bit options, but we'll just try to install it by using this Windows installer and install it in our local machine. So after downloading, we can just install it right away. Open up the installation package, and then try to click on next, and then accept the terms and the license agreement. So next, and then the installation path, and then next, and then make sure to enable all these options here: the Node.js runtime, the npm package manager, online documentation shortcuts, and then add to our environment path, and then next. And there's an option here to automatically install the necessary tools, and there's a note that this will also install the Chocolatey, and the script will pop up in a new window after installation process. So to save us from trouble, so let's just enable this, and then next, and install, and then we'll just wait for a few seconds to enable the Node.js installation to complete. And then after installation, we should be able to like for example, include Bootstrap in our project, to include other dependencies for our project, and so on. And now that the installation is complete, so let's go back to our project. Here we are, we can try to open up our PowerShell window, and then let's try to uh, see the version of our Node.js. So we have the version 12.13.1, and also we can see the version for our npm, which is also 6.12.1. So by this time we can already include our Bootstrap installation for our project. Now we just want to run the command composer require Laravel and then /UI, and then we're just gonna wait for a few seconds to allow the installation to complete, and we should be able to incorporate the necessary libraries for our Laravel UI. So as you can see, this will also install the Bootstrap in our Laravel project, so we can already use that if we have a successful installation for our Laravel UI. And now that the installation for our Laravel UI has been completed, so we need to run also, or to include also, the dependencies for our oath. So this will include the login and register view. So PHP artisan, and then UI views dash dash oath, and this will install the login register. And after that, we need to run the command npm install to compile the CSS and other dependencies of our project. So we should be able to see the login, the register, and other views included for our UI, and view oath or oath dependencies. So I'll try to show you that after this installation. So we're just going to wait for a few seconds for it to complete, and then we should be able to see the changes in our browser. By the way, if you can see here at the top, there's a prompt here that the layout app blade.php view already exists, so do you want to replace it? So in my case, I have set, or I have set it to n or no, but you can try to accept it or to replace the existing layout of our app.blade.php. So you can try to answer yes for that, and then the layout of our project will be changed according to this update. And this layout will also include the oath, the login, and then the register, as I've mentioned before. And as you can see here, I have here the layout view already exists, and do you want to replace it? And I just answered Y or yes for that. So I just want to replace the existing app.blade.php that we have been working on in the previous tutorial. And after that, you need to run also the command npm run dev to compile all the necessary assets that we have. So here we have the app.css and app.js. And after running this command, we should be able to see the changes of our project. So I'm going to show you the project now and what it looks like. So this is our project should look right now, and as you can see, we have here the CSS folder that contains the app.css or generated app.css that contains all Twitter Bootstrap styles necessary to apply to our project. And we also have the JS file or JS directory with the app.js file, as you can see, with all the scripts needed for our project. So this is the compiled versions of all the JavaScripts or scripts for our project. And as you can see here, the resources, we have here the app.js and the bootstrap.js. And as I've mentioned before, we also included the oath files. So it should be the login blade.php, register blade.php, and verify.blade.php. And of course, we also have this files for our passwords. So confirm, email, and reset. And now let's try to preview our code in our browser. So this is the homepage of our project right now. And if you try to go to About section, so we can still see the About Us, and then this is the About page text. And of course, we can also see the services with all the services included, the web design, programming, and SEO. So these are the um, pages that we have added, the login and then register. If you try to click on that, so as you can see, we have here the ready-made login form, and the same thing with our register. So I think that's it for this tutorial, and in the next video we're going to talk about models and database migrations. So see you in the next video. Thanks.